What's up, YouTube? This is Shane Got You 11, and I am bringing you more information released on Madden 20. They have scrapped the aggressive pass rush, the conservative pass rush. They got rid of it. There's now coaching options where you can just make it so you can just always have baseline, man align, or default. And for rookies and for pros, most of them are going to be on baseline, because the shocking thing that came out is, unfortunately, instead of having 8 seconds to set up your defensive plays, you're going to have 3 to 5 seconds to set up your defensive plays. Why does this matter? Well, if they no huddle, you're only going to have 3 seconds. And I'd consider myself a legit hot router on defense. And in 3 seconds, I might get about 3 hot routes done in 3 seconds. But people that are trying to play for fun or trying to learn how to do it, you're going to get no huddled a lot. And no huddled a lot, you're going to have maybe one defensive hot route you can do. And so that's going to make it really, really hard. And while they're trying to say, well, this will show the user skill and the user gap, I kind of disagree with it, because they're not really showing user gap. Like, yeah, they're showing user gap maybe pre-play, but all they're doing is helping offensive-minded players. So as an offensive guru, if you just no huddle, you're going to have 3 seconds, you can hike the ball. And like I said, I'll be able to do that about 3 times. I'll be able to hot route about 3 times, but even other people won't be able to do it that much. So the game's going to be even more offense oriented, and that's going to make it I don't know if it's going to show a different skill gap as much. I may be wrong on this. I may be completely wrong, and it might show the difference in people's skills, and people might like it better. But my main issue is, if you're going to do this, why take away the user linebacker unless they're a superstar? If you don't take away I understand having, like, because what they wanted to do is take away the pro players who would have 64 linebackers roaming around picking you off, and they don't want that to happen anymore. But what they're not telling you is that pro players put safeties in the linebacker spot, so it didn't matter anyways. But for the everyday person who's just trying to have fun and is a pretty good user as a linebacker, or people that are competitive that just don't know the ins and outs of, like, little, I don't know if they're shady plays, but like a little, like, whatever plays, like putting safeties as linebackers, and they keep their linebackers the same, and they have a 70 linebacker or 75 linebacker overall. He's not going to pick the ball off if it's a bad throw or if it's a great defense to read. And to me, that makes it be a huge issue. And to me, it's shocking. And why it's shocking to me is they want the offense to be overpowered. They don't want the defense to be good. They want the offense to be overpowered. And the reason why is they took away the user lurk unless you have a superstar linebacker, which they want you to spend money on if you're in MUT, or use the same 2-3 teams, which people do already on regs. But they want the offense to be way better than the defense. Why? They took away the defense of user unless you have a superstar user linebacker. They took away the hot routing on defense from 8 seconds to either 3 or 5 seconds, depending on if it's a no huddle or if it's just from the play call. And to me, I think what separates people is the play calling and the hot routing. You should have the same amount of time. And I realize, well, in a real game, you can no huddle, and the defense is going to have to be like, hey, we're going to switch from cover 3 to cover 4. We're going to switch from cover 3 to cover 0. But this isn't a real game, just like people tell me, like when I say I want more simulation. It's not a real game. Unfortunately for me, it's not a real sim-like game, sim-like football game, where X's and O's matter with your user. What's going to happen is Madden pros are going to be in baseline defense the whole time. They're going to just blitz a lot, and they're going to find out a coverage that works, and it's going to be basically stock coverage because people are going to no huddle all game unless you get punished for no huddling all game, which I haven't heard you do. People are going to no huddle, and people are going to be the games are going to be 35-28, 42-35. I mean, I don't really like that. I like it where defense matters. But, I mean, it really is shocking to me finding all this stuff out. Supposedly there's going to be some nano blitzes that are going to be leaked. So we'll see. We'll see what you have. You only have 3 seconds to make adjustments if they no huddle, and to me that is crazy. And they said, well, we want to cut the dead time, and we want to cut the camera scene, and we want to see the defensive skill by being able to adjust quickly. And it says it right here. When your opponent calls a no-huddle offense, you used to have 8 seconds. Now you have less than 8 seconds. You will have 3 seconds. So now everybody's just going to be no-huddling the whole game. Unless they punish the no-huddle, which I haven't seen. It's going to be no-huddle, baseline defense, blitz a lot, and hope for a random turnover to win. I'm not impressed with what I've been hearing from Madden 20. And I might change when I get the game and I play it. I might be like, oh, this is legit. You're going to have 66% less chance of making a hot route and with time as you did in previous Maddens. A standard play call, you have 5 seconds, like I said. I mean, pre-play is now tuned, but to me, it's a little dumb. It's a little dumb for me. Like I don't enjoy it. Like this is to me is gonna be like. I don't like it. This is shocking to me that they're legitimately making the defense almost non-existent. Besides maybe, two plays. And like I said, for the people that have switched up, it's gonna like for me it won't be horrible, but it won't be like, I don't know. It sounds stupid. They said defense is gonna be way harder now. So this to me is shocking. To me, I don't necessarily agree with it. Please tell me what you guys think. This is really shocking to me. They're making it an all offensive game. This Shane got you 11.